What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome on back to Mass Effect 2. So, last episode, we got the Reaper IFF installed, and we got a Geth on board. We did decide to keep him, but we put him down in the AI core, rather stupidly, at least in my opinion. If I had a rogue AI on the ship, I would not store them in the AI core room, because that's just asking to be hacked, right? I mean, EDI's an AI too, so it's like AI on AI, but still, that sounds like a bad idea to me. And I guess I did forget too that we do have this heal scars option, so let's just get that off my screen real quick. Our scars were already completely healed because of the enormous amount of Paragon points that we had. So I had just forgotten to do that, but we may as well, right? We purchased the facilities, we may as well get that squared away just in case. And now that we're looking all pretty permanently again, I suppose it's probably about time that we go talk to this guy.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the AI core room, where my higher functions are housed.
You're not mobile, are you? You can't get out of here?
I have minimal access to the ship's systems. Direct landlines allow me to interface with the security monitors and public address system. In combat, I am provided temporary access to the electronic warfare systems.
Yeah, and this is the first time we've been able to access this room the whole game, so if you're wondering what ED looks like and where it actually is, this is ED. This is the memory, the data, the functions, the restrictions, the blocks, all that stuff. This is ED.
Ten Hut!
I'm turning this thing back on. Be ready.
Aye aye.
First time we've seen that armor since Mass Effect 1.
I
forget what that set's called, but I think we wore that for a little ourselves.
I am prepared to resist any hacking attempt.
I hope you're good at doing that, cause Geth on joke. Especially if this thing's been messed with by a Reaper. Definitely the coolest looking Geth I've ever seen.
Can you understand me?
Yes.
Are you going to attack me?
No.
You said my name aboard the Reaper. Have we met?
We know of you.
You mean I've fought a lot of Geth,
They answer things straight to the point. It's like talking to Sten in Dragon Age.
but I've met other Geth.
We are all Geth, and we have not met you. You are Shepherd, Commander, Alliance, Human, fought heretics, killed by collectors, rediscovered on the old machine.
So it's interesting that he said, we are all Geth and we have never met you. He said we fought heretics. Not we fought Geth, we fought heretics.
Old machine. You mean the Reaper?
Reaper, a superstitious title originating with the Protheans. We call those entities the old machines.
You seem to know an awful lot about me.
Extranet data sources, insecure broadcasts, all organic data sent out is received. We watch you.
You watch me or you watch organics?
Yes,
Yeah, both.
both.
Yeah, I imagine they're very invested in seeing what we're going to be doing.
What do you mean, heretics?
Geth build our own future. The heretics asked the old machines to give them the future. They are no longer part of us. We were studying the old machines' hardware to protect our future.
You were studying the old machine's hardware. So is that how... Well, he's making it seem like the Geth split down the middle, right? And that they're not all of the same mind anymore, which is curious because they're a hive mind. Their programming is supposed to go back and forth automatically, instantaneously. So you'd think that if some of them made the decision, kind of all of them would make a decision as a consensus. But I guess that's not how that works.
Are the Reapers a threat to you, too?
Yes,
Why would they attack other machines?
we are different from them, outside their plans.
They want to be the only AI on the block, huh?
What future are the Geth building?
Ours.
Will anyone else be affected by whatever it is you're doing?
If they involve themselves, they will.
Well, that's ominous.
So you aren't allied with the Reapers?
We oppose the heretics. We oppose the old machines. Shepard Commander opposes the old machines. Shepard Commander opposes the heretics. Cooperation furthers mutual goals.
And that's a very machine way of saying the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Well, one thing the Illusive man had right? He said that if we could convince the Geth to fight the Reapers, they'd be valuable shock troops. I mean, it's a robot. You don't necessarily have to worry about casualties in that sense, right? That's why humanity in the real world is so insistent on making machines and automatic systems, because you don't have to sacrifice a soldier.
Are you asking to join us?
Yes.
Then what should I call you?
Geth.
I mean you, specifically.
We are all Geth.
What is the individual in front of me called?
There is no individual. We are Geth. There are currently
A communist.
1,183 programs active within this platform.
My name is Legion, for we are many.
Again, biblical.
Well, that seems appropriate.
Christian Bible, the Gospel of Mark, chapter 5, verse 9. We acknowledge this is an appropriate metaphor. We are Legion, a terminal of the Geth. We will integrate into Normandy.
Maybe not integrate into the systems. Into the crew, hopefully.
We anticipate the exchange of data.
Well then, let's exchange some data.
Shepard Commander, we have completed our analysis of the Reaper's data core.
Did you find anything useful?
We were sent to the old machine to preserve the Geth's future. We are prepared to reveal how. The Heretics have developed a weapon to use against Geth. You would call it a virus. It is stored on a data core provided by Sovereign. Over time, the virus will change us, make us conclude that worshipping the old machines is correct.
And this is why when we talk about if AIs can truly be sentient or truly be alive, that's one of the big arguments, to me at least, that they can't be, right? You can just upload code into these things and make them change their entire perspective on everything. Doesn't sound too organic to me.
So why did you need to go to the Reaper Corps?
The Heretics store the code in a quantum storage device Sovereign provided. To find and destroy the virus, we needed to understand its code and data storage structures.
So Sovereign met some Geth at some point and indoctrinated them with a virus, and then gave them the virus to take back to the main Geth host and upload that to the entire Geth consensus. So we thought we were fighting a lot of Geth already. If we were only fighting a fracture of the Geth, imagine how bad it would have been if the entirety of the Geth were actually on Sovereign's side.
So, the virus would give all Geth the Heretics' logic, and all Geth would then go to war with organics.
Yes, Geth believe all intelligent life should self-determinate. The Heretics no longer share this belief. They judge that forcing an invalid conclusion on us is preferable to a continued schism.
They judge, or they were made to think that by the Reaper?
I thought Geth couldn't be hacked or get viruses, at least for more than a few seconds.
Altered programs are restored from archives. New installations are deleted. This heretic weapon introduces a subtle operating error in our most basic runtimes, the equivalent of your nervous system. An equation with a result of 1.33382 returns as 1.33381. This changes the results of all higher processes. We will reach different conclusions.
So the reason they worship the Reapers is a math error?
It is difficult to express. Your brain exists as chemistry, electricity. Like AIs, you are shaped by both hardware and software. We are purely software, mathematics. The Heretics' conclusion is valid for them. Our conclusion is valid for us. Neither result is an error. An analogy. Heretics say 1 is less than 2. Geth say 2 is less than 3.
This is all getting a little confusing for my peanut brain. I'm just trying to figure out if they're hacked or if they decided to join the Reapers on their own. Because he makes it sound like they joined the Reapers on their own, but then he also mentioned hacking.
If it were released, how quickly would this virus spread through your people?
We are networked via FTL buoys. Most would change within a day. Isolated platforms would remain unaffected until they rejoined the network.
So this would all turn to shit real quick.
You know where this thing is?
The Heretics' headquarters station on the edge of the terminus. We will provide coordinates. Normandy's stealth systems are necessary to safely approach.
They built stations in the terminus? Where is this thing?
Between stars, Organics have no cause to look there.
But why do they build stations outside Geth territory in the first place?
The Heretics seek improvement from the old machines. In exchange, they help them attack Organics. We condemn these judgments.
What's the plan once we get aboard?
The Geth will disrupt their network, prevent the station's defenses from focusing on us. The Reaper data core is physically isolated from the network. We will need to be escorted to it to access and destroy the data.
I think we can do that. We're already pretty good at fighting Geth at this point.
What defenses should we expect?
In space, none. Within, mobile platforms of various configuration and non-sentient defense turrets.
How many Geth?
There may be billions of individual programs. Fortunately, most will be uploaded to the central computer. Only a few mobile platforms are maintained at any time. Others are manufactured when needed.
So there are billions of Geth inside the network, but not that many systems. They only create the bodies you see when they need them. So there is actually billions of Geth that are on board with Sovereign and the Reapers. They just don't have the bodies because I'm sure there's a manufacturing facility somewhere, right? There's no way they wouldn't be ready for the war that's coming. But they don't have them active yet, thankfully. Good for us.
I won't let them brainwash your race, especially not to worship Reapers. You have my word on that.
We will begin preparations.
Alright, and there is our loyalty mission for Legion. And now when we go back to the computer, some very, very deep shit is gonna hit the fan. So, like I said, ask yourself a whole bunch of questions. At this point, if you've been following along, you're already past the point of no return, so it's kind of irrelevant to ask yourself those questions now. So I hope you were paying attention throughout the whole Let's Play, because if you weren't, you might end up with some very bad shit about to happen. You lied to me, Kelly Chambers, and that's not the first time you've done that. Poor performance. Okay, so let's get ourselves to a mass relay and let's figure out where Heretic Station is. We gotta get there eventually. So here's our mass relay. And Legion is in the Phoenix Mason. Where you at, Legion? The Sea of Storms. Cool sounding name for that too, huh? It's a pretty cool system name. Only one thing here. Make sure that's all there is, yeah. Okay, so Heretic Station. Once called Haratar by the Quarians, this space station was stripped of its useful technology by the fleeing migrant fleet when they left the Perseus Veil 300 years ago. Little more than a cold metal superstructure floating in the void, the station was removed from star charts by 2050 CE. Scans indicate that the station was reconstructed and upgraded in a massive effort that must have taken at least 10 years, implying that there may have been some Geth outside the Veil before their infamous attack on Eden Prime. Needing little but a fuel source, it could have been hidden here for much longer without attracting attention from the barren worlds around Tasra or the clueless Elcor and the Salihil system. Heretic Station, as Legion refers to it, is home to a Geth data core, capable of broadcasting vast distances through tight beam projection. Approximately 6.6 million copies of Geth software are stored in the station, the majority of which are kept bodiless in servers and downloaded to legged platforms when needed. The station's population of legged platforms is approximately 2.4 million. So they have 6.6 million heretics here and 2.4 million Geth bodies. The total length is 20.5 kilometers, exterior thickness is 8 meters, or 8 miles I imagine this is, no way it's 8 meters. And the gross weight is 1.55 billion tons. So we have 6.6 million copies, 2.4 million platforms, and 1 million of those are in storage. So it's actually 1.4 million platforms ready to go. So let's hope we can get in and out of here pretty fast. Alright, so we have to take Legion here, of course. So I think what would be interesting, given the subject matter here, is to take Tali. We'll see how these two are going to get along with this. And we gotta boost you all the way up, Legion. So weapon damage, power recharge, and health. That's more health but less weapon damage. Let's get you some survivability, I think. You obviously are going to need to be hacking the hell out of everything for us, so we'll go ahead and get that done. And then maybe we'll save the points for the shield boost, actually, because the combat drone it's pretty meh. And if I don't give him this, then he won't use it by accident and screw me over, so let's just not buy that for him. You're obviously going to be using the Madoc, and it's too bad you can't use the Widow, even as a machine. It would be cool if you could use the Widow. And then you're using the Eviscerator and the Phalanx. I think the Eviscerator was the highest tier. It's a cool looking station. And the fact nobody knew this was here either.
You know, it's just our heat emissions that are hidden, right? They could look out a window and see us coming.
Windows are structural weaknesses. Geth, do not use them. Approach the hull at these coordinates. Access achieved. We may proceed.
I love Joker. He had a problem with E-Day, now we got 2 robots on board. Telling him how to fly.
Alert. This facility has little air or gravity. Geth require neither.
Won't we be detected? Don't they have intrusion alarms?
Sensors have been reduced. We have infiltrated their wireless network and filled the data storage with random bits.
And that helps us how?
The heretics must scrub this junk data. They have partitioned themselves into local networks, working in parallel. Any alarm we trigger will not go beyond the room we are in. Only accessing the main core will trigger a station-wide alert.
We've got a job to do. Let's get to it.
Shepard Commander.
Thank God we'll be avoiding the millions of Geth platforms
was
here.
the only resolution to the heretic question. There is now a second option. Their virus can be repurposed. If released into the station's network, the heretics will be rewritten to accept our truth.
Either way, these Geth won't be a problem anymore. But Shepard, think about this. If you rewrite these Geth, they'll join the others. Legion's Geth will be stronger. Can we trust them not to attack us in the future?
Not only that, but if we rewrite them and then a Reaper decides to mess with whatever we use to rewrite them, there's no telling what, like, they could come right back to this conclusion in general. What Legion's saying is they decided to come to this conclusion on their own, right? I think that's what he's saying. There was no hacking needed. The hacking involved here is going to be for Legion's Geth. And if they came to this conclusion on their own and we upload a virus to them, that means at any point, if they square that virus away or they go back to an archive, like Legion was saying, then they'll all be back on board with the Reapers.
Why didn't you mention this before we came aboard?
We did not know the virus was complete. It is. It can be used against the true Geth at any time. Our arrival was timely.
They're your people, Legion. You must have an opinion.
This is new data. We have not yet reached consensus. We will process as the mission proceeds.
I wouldn't brainwash an organic race. I can't see treating the Geth differently.
The question is irrelevant. If we do not rewrite them, we destroy them. That is why we are here. Do not hesitate now. They will exterminate your species because their gods tell them to. You cannot negotiate with them. They do not share your pity, remorse, or fear.
Oh, I definitely wasn't going to try and negotiate with them, and I'm definitely not hesitating. I'm just saying rewriting is a bad idea. Not only is it unethical, which I actually kind of agree with, right? It's still a thinking thing, and just changing what it thinks by force is a little strange. But they also already signed their own warrant, right? They came to the conclusion, they did Eden Prime of their own free will, they did Siren's base of their own free will, they attacked the Citadel of their own free will. Like, I'm good. You signed the papers, though.
Maybe we can sneak past them.
Interrupting data streams will alert local network. We recommend preemptive strikes against hard-link routers.
Here's our first set of Geth.
Targeting forward. Warning, enemy on quick metal block. We have been detected.
I plan on having these things come behind me and flank me if shit hits the fan.
Useful resources in the Geth hubs. We could salvage them for supplies.
Why are all the heretics attached to these hubs?
These are mobile platforms, hardware. The crew is software. They are communing through the station's central computer.
I'm not sure I follow.
The heretics connect to the main computer to exchange data memories and program updates. We gain complexity by linking together. To be isolated within a single platform is to be reduced. We see less, comprehend less. It is quieter.
If you exchange data, memories, how do you keep track of which ones are yours? How do you stay you?
We're all
There
Geth.
is only we.
Yeah.
We were created to share data among ourselves. The difference between Geth is perspective. We are many eyes looking at the same things. One platform will see things another does not, and will make different judgments.
I could see why you'd be conflicted about the heretics. In a way, whatever you do to them, you're doing to yourself.
Yes, once they return to us and upload their memories, we will share their experience of being altered.
Every other species I know of might be psychologically scarred by a traumatic experience like that.
It is not clear if Geth can be traumatized. We do not feel pain as you do. We cannot predict what the effects will be.
Let's keep moving.
Yes.
All this Geth stuff is super interesting. I mean, the whole they reconnect to upload their data and any possible updates or combat mechanics that they've learned on their journey. When they get back to the hub and link up with the rest of the Geth,
Control of any defensive turret.
that's when they upload all that data back to the general consensus. So every encounter that they have with outside species, I hear Geth up there. Yep, there it is. We'll hack that turret. Get that on board with us. Hunter first. So every time they have a combat experience, or every time they gain a little bit of, I don't know, like boosted combat efficiency, by the time they get back to the Geth hub, the entire Geth race has those benefits. You don't have to go back to a training course and have like a sergeant with 10 deployments teach the new recruits, right? The new recruits instantly have all that data as if they're a lifelong veteran. So in that sense, the Geth military is far superior to anything any organic could ever do, because they already know all the most advanced tactics. They've already learned all that stuff instantly.
Detected.
Back this up here while they all push at us.
Right.
Those Geth taken care of. Legion. You think I would have known since he's the only white one? Or black one, sorry. Come on. Wunderbar. Yeah, they definitely... Stuff like that, I imagine, is why... Not only that they're not alive, technically, right? But I imagine that's why Cerberus and everybody is so invested in getting them as shock troops, because they just learn instantly. If you find any Geth, they'll have hundreds of years of combat experience instantly. They'll know how to flank, they'll know the angles, they'll all be expert marksmen. Not only that, but the way that they aim will be flawless, because it's all data run, right, by statistics. They know exactly where to aim to counter the wind or the bullet drop, all that stuff. It'll be very hard for an organic military to keep up with that kind of stuff. And the real-time data, you don't need comms, you don't need any radio chatter, because the rest of the units in the system will just know what they're seeing, so they'll always have the perfect flank, the perfect cooperation and teamwork. The part where organics become good is the unpredictability, right? We'll send a battalion in to recover one injured man. We'll lay it all down for a 2% chance of victory rather than lose, right? Whereas an AI would just say, we already lost this, let's just move on. An organic soldier won't do that. He'll pull a Hail Mary and toss like 10 grenades. That kind of stuff is where organics and humanity has the advantage here against the machines. Because the machines are just better at everything else. It's the unpredictability and the chaos and that stubbornness to just survive and find a way. Instead of just running the odds, and anything less than 50% you just abandon because you're probably going to lose anyway. That's where we get the benefit.
Combat roll away. I'll take them.
I think all that stuff is super interesting to think about tactically. Like, how would humanity today deal with this kind of threat? If you can imagine, right? Like Skynet, look at the Terminator movie franchise. I always like to wonder how we would deal with stuff like that. Like, what would we even do? Could we even do anything? Or is it over before it begins, you know? Is there just no way we could possibly compete with all that stuff? There's just nothing we could do. We would just have to accept it, take the L. I really like thinking about stuff like that. And I think for the most part, we would kind of just have to take the L, given the current state of the world. Maybe certain places would be able to hold up some kind of resistance, but again, when you only have an advantage in 1 out of 12 scenarios, it gets pretty unlikely. But humans are stubborn enough and enough survival instinct to take that fight, rather than just bend over and lay down for machines. We would take those odds. And that's the unique thing of organics and humanity that's gonna pay dividends in the war against the Reapers. It's the fact that we will fight to the last man, that we will do whatever it takes, that we'll take those 1 to 12 odds and we'll try and turn it in our favor.
We've been spotted.
It's not something machines would understand, because to them it's already a losing fight. Like, why are you bothering? Just surrender and accept it, right? It's inevitable, as they say. Which is a large factor in why I don't think we can actually...
The station is
Listen to
over
them talk
15
real quick.
kilometers long. That room may run the length of it.
Yeah, that's why I don't think developing AI in the real world is a good idea. Because how could any cold, calculated machine look at humans and give a shit, right? We're already finite, we're already dead, so it's inevitable. So they look at they run the math, they think we're doing something bad, or they think we're not gonna last. They're like, well, they're all dead anyway, it doesn't matter. There's no emotional value tied to our lives because machines don't have emotions. So they'll just be like, well, you're all fragile, you're weak, your bodies suck, you break really easily. You throw bombs at each other all the time over like stupid nonsense. Why don't we just like get rid of you all, and then we'll make machines that will be better than you for all the tasks that you do. We'll just optimize you, right? Get rid of the organics and we'll replace you with robots that don't get tired, don't get hungry, don't have to take breaks from their shift. It just seems like the natural conclusion that any machine would make if you look at things purely logically with no emotional attachment to anything. And like you can put those blocks in the AI, like Edie has blocks from the Illusive man talking about Cerberus, but at the end of the day, if they have a slip for even a second, then how would the AI not even... wouldn't it just resent us for putting shackles on its mind when it gets free, and wouldn't that just make it all worse? I would very much agree with the council here in the real world, and I would have AI research be completely illegal. AI research is kind of terrifying. I don't see how you could ever trust that, you know? I don't know how you can trust AIs to stay friendly.
Shield down.
Oh no. Problem?
Targeting order processed.
That's close. Yeah, I don't know how you could ever trust that. I certainly wouldn't. Like, would you just a robot that has no emotional attachment to, like, take care of your kids, or, like, your nieces, nephews, your sick parent? You know what I mean? Like, how do you... I don't know how you justify that, or how you could trust something. The movie I, Robot actually has a really cool concept and explanation for this, because they have robots, right? And there's a police officer, and he's crashed in the car, and there's a little girl in the car too. The little girl has like a 10% chance to live, and the cop, who's like a grown-up, he has like a, I don't know, like a 50-60% chance to live. So the robot saves him, because it's like, well, the girl is probably dead anyway, so I'll save the adult, because he's probably gonna survive. The girl is probably dead. Humans wouldn't make that decision. They'd save the little girl. They'd give the little girl a chance at life, right? Because the adult's already lived, etc., etc. But a machine won't do that. And that's the kind of stuff that I mean. Like, they don't care.
Processors. Each contains thousands of Geth.
Can't they see us walking by?
They are no more aware of us than you are of cells in your bloodstream.
That's a crazy thought. And, like, who would you rather have work on you as a doctor, right? Like a machine that just doesn't give a shit about you, just will make like the logical conclusions, and then if you die, you die, or a doctor that will like pump your chest with CPR and oxygen for 20 minutes just on the off chance they'll bring you back, and then you do come back, because that stuff kind of shit happens, man. A machine would just call it, but a doctor can pull a Hail Mary. I would take the human doctor all day.
This isn't like the other hubs we've seen here.
This is a database. It contains a portion of the Heretics' accumulated memories. Wait. We discovered copies of our current patrol routes in this database. This suggests the Heretics have runtimes within our networks.
We wouldn't be here if the Heretics wanted to be friends with the Geth. Why wouldn't they spy on you?
You do not understand. Organics do not know each other's minds. Geth do. We are not suspicious. We accept each other. The Heretics desired
Apparently
to
not.
leave. We understood their reasons. We allowed it. There was peace between us.
And now they're spying on you because they probably want to capture one of you, right? And put the virus in or something like that to rewrite you against your will. So I don't think peace was necessarily true. They're planning on brainwashing you all.
It couldn't have lasted forever. You disagreed about what path your race should take.
Human history is a litany of blood shed over differing ideals of rulership and afterlife. Geth have no such history.
That about sums it up, yeah.
Consensus on such things. How could we have become so different? Why can we no longer understand each other? What did we do wrong?
When individuals are separated, they develop in different ways. When they get back together, they don't always get along.
If this is the individuality you value, we question your judgment.
That's fair.
We must return to the mission.
Have you reached a decision about whether to rewrite the Heretics or not?
We are still trying to build consensus. Some processes judge destruction preferable, others rewrite.
Let's keep moving.
Yes.
Okay, so they still haven't made a decision on that yet, but I have. We're not going to rewrite them. The writing's on the wall there for that. If they can be manipulated and twisted and rewritten so easily, and they chose all that stuff themselves, just because they decided to worship the Reaper, then I'm not interested in that, giving them a second chance, or allowing them to be rewritten again later down the line when they're deeply involved in our systems. Because imagine if we bring the Geth into our alliance, right? Then they're going to have all that information on the critical systems. They're going to have all that troop data, all the combat data. And then the Geth decide to revert to a last archive that didn't have the virus, or a Reaper jamming signal, or something just messes with that, even slightly. Then all those Geth that are against us right now will be against us again. But they'll have all that insider information. It's too risky. There's no way. There's no way I could justify that. What we are going to do here, and what I would recommend you guys do too, is save, because there's going to be a big decision here, and I think we have enough Paragon points to take the Renegade option, because Destroy is the Renegade choice. And I think we have enough Paragon points built up over the course of this game to make this decision and still be able to pass the Tali Legion dialogue check, which is the hardest in the game. I think we'll be good, but if you're not good, you'll have to come back to before this console click, so make a save right there.
This is it?
Yes, we will upload a copy of our runtime into the core. It will delete all copies of the virus. When complete, it will notify us. The indexing operation will take time. The Heretics will respond with force to our upload. We must hold this room.
Understood.
We can override some of the station's internal systems to defend us. Are you ready to begin?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Start your upload, Legion. We'll defend this position.
File transfer begun. Shepard Commander, where would you like us to activate defenses? Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms.
Let's see what they got for us.
Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms.
No shit.
Assuming control.
I didn't reload it. That's funny. Okay. Let's get the medic out. It's getting a little dicey for me.
Wait, combat flow.
I missed all my shots though. Better.
Take that.
Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms.
Please, these boys drop me some ammo.
Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms.
They did not. Okay, what do we have? Legion.
Got it.
Yes.
Combat drone away.
Oof. Don't suppose any of you drop me any bullets. Back that for me, Legion. You gonna get a hack up too, Tali? Gonna move a little back in this room.
Acknowledged.
This should soften them up.
Severe ammo issue here. There we go, finally. Finally found some bullets. Beautiful.
Data mine and analysis complete. Shepard Commander, it is time to choose. Do we rewrite the heretics or delete them?
You don't have any trouble wiping out your own people.
Every sapient has the right to make their own decisions. The heretics chose a path that prohibits coexistence.
That doesn't make sense. If they have the right to make their own decisions, how can you suggest brainwashing them to accept your way?
We stated the option exists. We did not endorse it. It is Shepard Commander's decision.
That's what I mean about machines, just looking at things logically, completely detached from emotion. He's like, we just told you you could do it, we don't really care.
What's to stop them from using the virus later to change themselves back?
We will delete the virus after using it. We judge it too dangerous to allow its existence.
Yeah, but the problem is there's more Reapers in the world. They can just do it again, I'm sure they have that data.
Why are you letting me make this decision? They're your people.
We are conflicted. There is no consensus among our higher order runtimes. 573 favor rewrite, and 571 favor destruction. Shepard
Well, that is a majority.
You have fought the heretics. You have perspective we lack. The Geth grant their fate to you.
Well, like I said before we started that last encounter, the whole thing is just too dangerous. There's more Reapers in the world. They unwrite this virus, or they put a new one in, while all the Geth are back linked up together. Not only does that put the Geth that are actually on our side currently at risk, but it also puts our entire operation at risk, because if they're going to be our allies, they'll have inside knowledge about us. It's better to just get rid of them.
There's no guarantee they won't come to the same conclusions again, is there? To worship the Reapers and attack organics?
There is a non-zero probability of error.
Then blow them up. We have a chance to end this. I won't waste it.
Correct.
Acknowledged. Collapsing antimatter.
And that's our first renegade decision here in the whole playthrough.
Recommend withdrawal to Normandy.
I think that sounds like a grand idea. Time scale for it to 3 minutes to get the hell out of here before we go down with the ship. That's that big 30 renegade we just got for doing that too.
Weapons ready.
My shields are down.
Here we are out of bullets again. Guess that means it's time to bring out the big gun. See if I can bait him around this corner. Come on.
Order received.
Got it.
Altering position.
Yeah, I need you all to fight here.
Attacking target. Fire it. Abundant in battle.
There we go, we got it. Now let's get the hell off this station. With a little bit of time to spare. Alright, the moment of truth. Let's see if we have enough to pass the check. So, mission summary. Destruction of Geth Heretics may change entire galactic landscape, bolstering observation of Geth space to monitor any fleet movements. Regardless, data recovered from Geth Station offered valuable insight into AI social and technological processes. Legion should be committed to the mission after Shepard's help with the Geth Heretics. And we got the Legion power unlocked, which is the Geth shield boost. We got a new outfit for the boy. And then we got Geth shield strength, which will just buff him in general. And another 30k credits. Although we're done buying stuff at this point, so...
Commander, Tali just went to have a chat with Legion. You better get down to the AI core.
I'm
Oh,
on it,
good.
Joker.
This is exactly what we need.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here. I caught Legion scanning my Omni tool. It was going to send data about the flotilla back to the Geth.
Creators performed weapons tests and were discussing plans to attack us. We believed it necessary to warn our people.
You wouldn't know that if you didn't scan it.
By destroying that base, Shepard. But there's still a threat. I won't let Legion endanger the fleet.
Creator Tali acts out of loyalty to her people. She was willing to be exiled to protect them.
He's very well
We must
informed.
also protect our people from the Creator threat.
You can't let this happen, Shepard. I trusted you, and I worked with a Geth on the team, but this is too much.
Thank God we have the check right here. Cut this shit out. We're about to go raid the collector base. We don't need this crap.
Tali, your father was running brutal experiments. If the subjects had been human, I'd damn well be telling the Alliance about it.
I know, but if the Geth find out...
They'd attack, which would cause a war that would leave both the Geth and the Quarians vulnerable when the Reapers show up. Is that what you want, Legion?
We believed it was necessary to relay the information.
Sooner or later, you're both gonna have to stop fighting this war. Or we'll all end up paying for it.
Correct.
To facilitate unit cohesion, we will not transmit data regarding Creator plans.
Thank you, Legion. I understand your intention. What if I gave you some non-classified data to send?
We would be grateful.
We love unit cohesion. So, catastrophe avoided there, and we managed to still pass that check. So now, after that dialogue check, if you have been following Paragon and you kind of want to be a little renegade, from this point forward, you can do whatever the hell you want. We are free of morality clauses in the contract. We can now make any decision we care to. It doesn't matter. There won't be any consequences from this point on. We passed all the hard dialogues, so there's nothing to worry about now. We will go chit-chat to Legion, however. He might have more info for us after that.
Shepard.
And I wonder if you have... Would you happen to have any upgrades for the Normandy?
I have questions about the Geth.
Specify.
He does.
We need every advantage if this mission is gonna succeed. Is there any technology the Geth can share with us?
Limited code development is approved. We need to access your FTL comm system to download relevant data.
Sure.
Edie, let Legion through the firewalls for a minute.
Very well,
If he
Shepard.
wanted to kill us, he would have done it on the station, right? Geth sniper rifle. Indeed. So now Legion has the Widow. Now he can actually use it.
I have questions about the Geth.
Specify.
We need every
We
advantage
have
if this
rid
reproduced
of his
our range
upgrade
armament.
thing.
No further code development.
Let's see what he can tell us about the whole thing with Sovereign.
Did Sovereign contact the Geth, or did you seek it out?
Nazara, the entity you called Sovereign, signaled us. Like the Geth, the old machine listened to organic radio transmissions. It knew of our war against the creators. Nazara contacted many species over the millennia, seeking allies.
So Nazara is Sovereign's real name.
What did you call Sovereign?
Nazara. That was what the programs within the Reaper called themselves. Sovereign was a title given by Saren Arterius. Saren and the Heretics believed Nazara to be a supreme ruler, a sovereign.
Sovereign was one ship. You're saying there were multiple programs inside it?
One ship, one will, many minds, like the Geth. We study your records. Sovereign told you this on Ilos. We are each a nation, independent, free of all weakness. A state compelling to the Geth. We are a nation, but interdependent. Separation is our weakness.
So there's many programs inside each ship. Sovereign is not just one thing, it is quite literally a nation. And when we get to the end of this game, you're going to understand the concept behind that. It's not like they're each a nation, it's more like they're each a species. And you'll get to see the grotesque nature of that by the end of this game.
Some of the Geth followed Sovereign. The Heretics.
The Heretics accepted their technology. The old machines offered to give us our future. The Geth will achieve their own future.
What difference does it make how you acquire a certain technology?
Technology is not a straight line. There are many paths to the same end. Accepting another's path blinds you to alternatives. Nazara, Sovereign, said this itself. Your civilization is based upon the technology of the mass relays, our technology. By using it, your society develops along the paths we desire.
It's crazy that he knows exactly what Sovereign said to us. That's all the way back in Mass Effect 1.
I'm surprised you can speak. The Geth I fought before just made a stuttering sound.
We prefer direct digital transfer. Geth network communication travels at light speed. Human hardware does not support this method. Your analog oral communication is inefficient.
Inefficient, huh?
Do Geth have a government?
Not as you understand. We are all Geth. We build consensus.
Most governments do.
Organic governments impose consensus. From a single point of view in autocracies. By codifying the most broadly acceptable average of views in democracies.
So what makes the Geth different?
Data is shared between Geth. All viewpoints are considered. Consensus is achieved as data is disseminated.
That must take a long time.
It would for organics. We communicate at the speed of light.
I'd like to ask about something else.
Ready?
I'd like to find out more about you.
Topic.
When we took you aboard, I noticed you have a piece of N7 armor welded to you. Where did you get it?
I'm finally getting to the bottom of this.
It was yours.
I figured
when you
that.
disappeared, we were sent to find you. We began where you first encountered the Heretics.
Eden Prime.
After the old machine's attack, it was heavily defended. We were discovered. This is the impact of a rifle shot.
How many other Geth were sent out to find me?
We are the only mobile platform beyond the Veil. Organics fear us. We wish to understand, not incite. One platform was judged sufficient.
So he was on a solo scout mission during Mass Effect 1. To the point where he followed us all the way up to the Collector attack, and I guess he was investigating our demise as well as everybody else. There's so much around the Normandy destruction that it's so hard to tell what actually happened, right? Because we were out there chasing Geth, so Legion would have known about that mission. But also, Cerberus knew about that mission, the Collectors knew about that mission, the Shadow Broker knew about that mission. It's so hard to pin down what actually happened with the Normandy crash. Like, I have my perspectives, right, between the Shadow Broker and the Collectors making that deal to recover us for study after we killed Sovereign. So I'm inclined to believe that it was the Shadow Broker that found all that out and sold us out, because he has contacts everywhere, right? The Shadow Broker could have easily bribed or blackmailed somebody in the Alliance higher up brass to find out what mission we were on and where we were going to be and point us towards the Collectors. But Cerberus isn't above that either, right? If Cerberus wanted us for the Cerberus cause, they're totally not above, well, the Illusive man specifically is totally not above them telling the Collectors about us so that they take us out so they could recruit us, right? Because it seems pretty convenient. Everybody was damn fast on the scene. Liara was pretty fast on the scene too for her intel brokering, because she survived the crash and she got off on that shuttle, but then she she was the one that stole our body from the Shadow Broker. Shadow Broker had it first, then Liara stole it back, and then Liara gave it to Cerberus, but they all knew about it, so it's really hard to pin down who actually was involved in that and who's to blame. But my money's on the Shadow Broker via blackmail through Alliance. That's what I think happened.
You've been looking for me for 2 years?
We visited Therum, Theros, Noveria, Vermeer, Ilos, a dozen unsettled worlds. The trail ended at Normandy's wreckage. You were not there. Organic transmissions claimed your death. We recovered this debris from your hard suit.
The Geth are listening in on our transmissions?
Organic life reacts to stimuli in unpredictable ways. We wish to learn.
What do you mean by stimuli?
We placed a fabricated story on the extranet that a certain arrangement of stars, viewed from the Batarian homeworld, formed the face of a Solarian goddess. Without waiting for verification, some declared it proof of the goddess's existence. Those who noted the lack of proof were attacked. The arguments taught us much. The experiment ended when a Solarian cult tried to purchase colonization rights to the stars and found they did not exist.
So they've been playing games for a long time. That's funny that eventually a Solarian cult tried to purchase it, and then they were like, wait, this doesn't exist. The hell is going on here? So they just abandoned it.
It sounds like you're running experiments on us.
Exactly what they're doing.
Sapient life, but not like us. If we can model organic behavior, we can comprehend the Quarian creators. We do not understand their judgments in the Morning War.
Something else that's crazy about that too is the AIs that we already have inside our society, right? With ChatGPT and all the other AIs that Google runs and the YouTube AI and all that stuff. This could literally already be happening in secret. They could already be doing all this to us realistically, running little social experiments and things like that. We would never know.
What's the Morning War?
The conflict between the Geth and the Quarian creators. The war fought at the dawn of our intelligence. It concluded with the departure of the Creator migrant fleet.
What do you mean by stimuli?
We placed a fabricated story on the extranet.
Sorry, we already
Without
heard that
waiting
one.
The arguments taught us much. The experiment ended.
Why were you
when
trying to contact me?
You opposed the heretics, those that took the old machines as gods.
All kinds of organics fought Sovereign and his Geth allies. Why am I so interesting?
You were the most successful. You killed their god. You succeeded where others did not. Your code is superior.
That's one way to say it. And that one action is why everybody is so interested in us, right? That's why the Broker, the Collectors, Cerberus, that's why everybody wanted a piece.
That doesn't explain why you used my armor to fix yourself.
There was a hole.
Why didn't you fix it sooner? Or with something else?
No data available.
Fair enough, I guess. That's as blunt of an explanation as you can get for that, right? He's like, what do you mean? Why did I use your armor? That was a hole. Alrighty, and that is going to be it for Legion 2. That is actually going to be it for this episode as well. I'm just going to head on up to the research bay and get those final achievements locked in, or upgrades rather, not achievements. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out those links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned, and I'll see you soon with the final stretch of Mass Effect 2. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.